fair.
We got the mayors out here. Somebody at his table's talking all kind of trash on Baytown, and she's out here.
East Sider, though. I bet you she's an East Sider, though. Were you Channel View? Did I hear Channel View? Did I hear Channel View? Yeah, hey, East Sider.
Hey, Tyler, she going to line us up to take a picture and go say, all right, Baytown.
Hey, watch it.
Hey, that sounds like a Ron Show Ugly move, doesn't it?
I mean, don't put that on me,
my
man.
bad.
I wouldn't do that to you.
Ron wouldn't hate on the Dirty Bay. Hell no.
No, not really. Yeah, but no, man, it's a good time being had out here. Also, shout out to Bud Light. Bud Light girls are expected to get in here and hang out as well, and you can be a part of that. TV's all over the place. Thursday night football, an important game for the Tampa Bay Bucks in that weird NFC South. TV's all over the place to watch that. The Rockets will host James Harden again. If you're not going to the game, this is a great spot to go and watch it right here at Buffalo Wild Wings. TV's all over the place, so make your way on out here. All right, Clint, we were able to hear from Nick Caley, ahead of this game against the Cardinals and coming off of the game against the Chiefs. Anything he said that jumped out to you?
Look, I think several things. I think I love the fact that he owned, hey, man, last week wasn't it. Last week the offense, we got to be significantly better. I don't recall in past press conferences, maybe he wasn't confronted with it, but I love the fact that he said, no, it doesn't matter how good our now I'm paraphrasing here, but it doesn't matter how good our defense is or in the moment or in the season, we gotta be better offensively. So number one, I love that. The part that I don't, and it's not necessarily about Nick Caley, but it's more about what we're hearing repetitively from the entire group. The urgency pre-snap, like, to me, that is a way that you practice. Like, the only way you have urgency problems in games.
I'm glad you brought this up because I got a question off.
Well, this is week 13, right? And you had 6 weeks of training camp before that, so we're going on 20 weeks worth of work. We still have an urgency issue where the head coach is talking about it, the offensive play caller's talking about it. Like, that is a practice problem, right? I mean, you don't just show up on Sunday. Now I'm not saying at Arrowhead specifically, that could be a game day problem. You're on the road, it's loud, their defense is really good, the play call may be coming in a little late. But we're consistently hearing this from multiple play callers and now for multiple weeks. And so that part of it is a bit baffling to me. If I were an offensive play caller at any level and we lacked urgency, it would be embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like I would go to the podium and be irate with what's going on, instead of just kind of casually mentioning it every week. So that part of it for me is a real struggle.
So you said that. D'Amico has mentioned it.
Yes.
He says it. Is this urgency thing becoming the new execution? You remember that?
We had the execution thing
last
early.
year. Last year was just Bobby, and then we just got to execute.
They just got to execute.
And the reason why I said I'm glad you brought it, because that was besides him just saying spirit a bunch of times. And when they ask you, Nick Caley, how is Nick Chubb doing, they don't give a damn about his spirit. They want to know about his ribs. Okay, is he going to play? That's what
right.
Not about his damn spirit. I digress. But I'm not saying urgency doesn't help, and that is something that can help. But was urgency a lot of the problem with them just doing nothing in the third quarter? How much was that urgency, or was that, hey man, they just
yes
okay.
Yeah. No look, there's no you can make all the excuses in the world. Chris Jones is going to cause problems whether you add urgency or not, whether you get out of the
it seemed like there was an issue of them just get beat and them seeming to be more confused about who they should
Right.
be picking up when the blitz, if they got to the line with 30 seconds left for 10 seconds
Well,
left.
there's a big difference in breaking the huddle and you got 20 seconds left and you can manipulate the defense to figure out who's going to come, who's not going to come. Then you have time to direct your offensive line that direction. You know the right side's bluffing, they're belling. So now I've got some things. The biggest concern for me with the Texans offense is how many times C.J. Stroud snaps the football and doesn't know who's blocking who and if he's protected or not. That could be directly attributed to the lack of urgency, yes. Now,
the urgency in what way? Because I hope you do this better than D'Amico, because they said it to D'Amico, and I don't think he was ready that he was going to have to respond and explain what he means by urgency.
Right. Well, he didn't want to throw anybody under the bus.
Yeah.
That's why he struggled with it. But the reality of it is it's either Nick Caley not getting the play in consistently on time, which is unacceptable. I mean, if it's a problem every now and then, that's cool. That's fine. You're an NFL offensive coordinator. It can't be a problem for 14 games, right? Or there's an issue. An issue may be strong, but there is a, like, C.J. Stroud communicating in the huddle and getting the play out of his mouth quickly, clearly, and concisely communicating it so that everybody can break the huddle and go and know exactly what they're going to do. Or is he mumbling through things? Is he struggling through the actual play call and not communicating it well? All of those things can cause you to be late to get out of the huddle. And what we're seeing, or what we saw versus that in that third quarter versus the pressure stuff, is a directly, absolutely connected to the lack of urgency.
Yeah, I heard it and I was like, man, that's 2-3 days in a row, and not just days in a row, weeks in a row, that D'Amico and him are offering up the word urgency.
Right.
Like they're using it in the way that him and Bobby kept offering up the word execution last year.
Right.
Like they got to execute, and it was like, well, hold on, man. Is it just execution? Because when I watched that game, like I thought, yeah, the urgency would have been that Chris Jones was not going one-on-one with Jake Andrews. That's the urgency. To hell with urgency. Like Jake Andrews could have had 30 seconds, 30 minutes before that one-on-one wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
Or that they're walking multiple guys up in the A-gap, and it looks like nobody knows who they're supposed to pick up. and maybe the urgency part is they're getting to the line of scrimmage, as you said, too late, and they're figuring it out. But I didn't get that feel. It just got a feel of like there was confusion again, that they didn't know, do I have the safety? Do I have the backer? Oh, he dropped. I don't know, but it just seemed like I hope they're not in practice in the thought of like, hey, man, we got to get to the line quicker only, and that it is not just like, hey, what did we see? How did we have like 9 consecutive plays every time we drop back? We don't have a chance because 1 or 2 people are running free.
Well, look, the urgency thing is an overall problem on the offense. And we've talked about it with their motions and like their landmarks of motions, right? I mean, there's motion going on, and the ball's not getting snapped, so the guy's having to stop, set his feet, reset, and go. I think the ball's supposed to be snapped with the player in motion. There's a lot of issues with this offense operationally, that shouldn't be going on week 13 of a season. Again, after you're 20 weeks into this thing, you should be a little bit cleaner. He mentioned the alignment problems. He mentioned the pre-snap penalties. I've never met a coach that wasn't a major focus on and point of frustration if you're not very good at it. So they've got to clean that up, and I think it can all be tied back to, ultimately living with a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're just not good enough right now offensively to lackadaisically go through things and play consistently. You're not good enough to do that.
And Clint,
not many are, by the way.
Off of that and off of hearing Nick Caley just now, bro, Nick needs to have a day on Sunday. Yeah. Nick Caley and his offense, to me, needs to have a day on Sunday because, listen, this is an Arizona Cardinals team that is in the midst of a combination of struggling defensively and throwing in the towel. All right, they are in a 5-game losing streak. Clinton, they are giving up 35.5 points a game. And in those 5 games, they've given up 40-plus 3 times, right, including 45 to the Rams last week. I'm not saying that the Texans are going to go through and put up 45 just because of the way they play, but when you look at that, the 24th ranked in total offense, 26, and that is with these last 5 games. This is not a good defense, and we have seen not just the Rams, but many teams light them up. We watched the Jags light them up. And then I would say the Jags are a great offense. This is CJ's, 3rd game back. They've had a full week. They're at home. This is a team that's not a great defensive team. Clint, I feel like we should walk away from Sunday's game from the offense. We know the defense is going to do what they do. But we should walk away because this is bigger than beating the Arizona Cardinals. This is, can this team get to an AFC championship game for the first time ever? That to me, that's where the thought is, or beyond. And we need to see this offense pick up. And against this team that has been giving up 35.5 points a game, we should walk away from the game talking on Monday, hey, I feel like that was a step in the right direction. I feel better about the offense. I hope that this isn't like a Tennessee Titans game where they scored 16 points and they had to hold on and they got shut out in the first half. I feel like this is a game where we should see some improvements over what we've been seeing.
Well, it's a big opportunity. I mean, you've got the momentum, you've got some confidence, you've dug yourself out of the hole, and now the one piece that needs time on task, that needs reps, that needs to see success, they need to see the ball go through the upright, is your offense. And you've got a defense that should give you plenty of opportunity to see those things and execute at a high level and get some things on track and get some guys involved. And so, yeah, there's a huge opportunity there. We'll see if they take advantage of it. I mean, there's no doubt about it that if you look at the box score, you look at the stat line, this defense is going to give our offense some opportunities. Let's see how they take advantage of it. There's no doubt about it.
They've been getting smoked, man.
Yeah.
like they've been giving up. Again, I'm not like, and hell, I don't even know that there's a point total that I can like attribute to it and what I would see, like, if they score 27 or 30, whatever. But it is just like you should walk away from the game like, all right, that looks better. Man, they just go through stretch in games, even the ones they've been winning here lately, where it's just like, God, dog, man, that's not going to be good enough if they trail.
Yeah, I'm less. I mean, obviously, we want to see points. But I'm less worried about necessarily a total of topping 30 points or whatever. And I'm more of like, how clean and convincing can we be throughout 4 quarters? And which obviously should end in points. To your point, it should end in more points on the board and a higher score. But I'm more. If you handle pressure really, really well, which to me, handling pressure is either have an answer or pick it up, one of the two.
And I'm guessing they're going to see a lot of pressure. We heard CJ saying it yesterday that teams are probably going to pressure them until they.
I don't know enough about
Arizona, but
I don't know enough about Arizona to know how much they pressure it now. I can look at those this evening, but if that's what they do, if it's in their defensive DNA is to pressure a quarterback, the Texans are going to see a heavy dose of it until they show they can win against it.
Yeah, to me, the alarms go off to me if we walk away from the game Sunday, and the offense.
Oh yeah,
struggles against this defense.
I agree.
At home, the alarm bells or they should go off, right?
Well, if the defense ultimately has to win this thing, which we'll take it. Look, we'll take another W any way we can get it. But if the defense has to win this thing, and it's another one of those low-scoring affairs, and the offense sputters and they're inconsistent, or for whatever reason,
they go a half somewhere where they don't do anything.
That's that's going to be a little bit of a buzzkill, no doubt.